Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Miriam Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says the India is trying to divert the world attention from indigenous struggle in occupied Kashmir by labeling it as Islamic terrorism. President has urged the world community to take the cognizance of a state terrorism that India is perpetrating in occupied Kashmir and against its minorities. India has denied permission to the top US senator from Democratic Party to visit the occupied Kashmir to see first-hand situation there. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information says the government has introduced madrasas reforms to enable students of these institutions get quality contemporary education. Saudi Arabia has called for implementation of the truce offer from Yemen's Houthi rebels. The first T20 of three-match series between Pakistan and Sri Lanka is being played in Lahore tonight. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says he understands the anguish of the people of Azad Kashmir seeing their fellow Kashmiris in occupied Kashmir under an inhumane curfew for over 2 months. In a tweet today, he said anyone crossing the line of control from Azad Kashmir to provide humanitarian aid or support for Kashmiri struggle will play into the hands of the Indian narrative. He said it will give the India an excuse to increase a violent oppression of Kashmiris in occupied Kashmir and attack across the line of control. The Prime Minister said the Indian narrative is try to divert the attention from indigenous Kashmiris' struggle against the brutal occupation and label it as Islamic terrorism being driven by Pakistan. President Arif Alvi has urged the world community to take cognizance of the state terrorism that India is perpetrating in occupied Kashmir and against its minorities. In an exclusive interview with Radio Pakistan, he said that the world cannot act as a silent spectator on the situation in occupied Kashmir. The president said there is a great resentment in occupied Kashmir against the Indian illegal actions, and the Indian authorities will see the reaction once they lift the curfew. President Arif Alvi said curfew and communication blackout should be lifted and the media should be allowed to visit the valley. He also asked the Kashmiri people to send out the images of the Indian oppression, paying tributes to the sacrifice of Kashmiri people. President Arif Alvi said the Kashmiris have rendered 100,000 lives in their just struggle for right to self-determination. The president said Pakistan will always stand by their Kashmiri brethren in this just struggle. He said Pakistan has always raised Kashmir dispute at all international fora and will continue to do so until the Kashmir get their right to self-determination. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the Prime Minister Imran Khan and the entire nation is standing with the Kashmiri people in their struggle for freedom. Addressing the first session of the National Zakaria Conference in Multan today, he said occupied Kashmir is under curfew for the last 62 days. He said ill and injured Kashmiris are being deprived of treatment and the other basic amenities of life. The Foreign Minister said negotiations for the settlement of Afghan issues are in process. He maintained that Afghan people have suffered a bloodshed for the long period, which should come to an now. India has denied permission to top US Senator from Democratic Party Chris Van Hollen to visit the occupied Kashmir to see the situation firsthand there. He is the first US congressman to have been denied permission by the India government after the repeal of special status of occupied territory on August 5th. He called upon Indian government to fully restore telecommunication and internet services, lift its lockdown curfew, and release the individuals detained after the abrogation of the special status of occupied Kashmir. In occupied Kashmir, normal life remained crippled in Kashmir Valley and Muslim-majority areas of Jammu region due to the continued military siege on 62nd consecutive day today. People continue to face immense hardship due to heavy presence of India troops in every nook and corner and suspension of means of communications. All shops, main markets and educational institutes remain shut and public transport off the road in Kashmir Valley as the mark of silent protest against the repeal of special status of the territory by India. Meanwhile, unknown persons hurled a grenade at the Deputy Commissioner's office in Islamabad district of occupied Kashmir today, resulting in injured to at least 13 people, including a traffic policeman and a journalist. Soon after the incident, Indian troops and police personnel cordoned off the area and launched the searches to nab the attackers. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting Firdaus Ashik Aman says Chief of JUI Maulana Fazlur Rahman will fail in his design of stoking instability and chaos in the country. Addressing a news conference in Lahore today, she said Prime Minister Imran Khan is the most popular leader of Pakistan. He said the present government will complete its mandated period of 5 years with the backing and support of the masses. Special Assistant said the government will not hinder a peaceful protest, but the timing warrants greater unity instead of anarchy. The march should be for the Kashmir and not to dislodge the government. Firdaus Ashik Aman said it is the first government which started the implementation on the National Action Plan. She said the government has introduced the Madrasa Reforms Program to enable the students of these institutions to get the quality contemporary education. World Teachers' Day is being observed today to highlight the role of the teachers in development of a country and society. The theme of the day this year is Young Teachers, the Future, the Profession. Different events, including walks and workshops, will be organized in different parts of the country today to pay tributes to the teachers for their immense contributions to the society. In his message on the occasion of a World Teachers' Day, President Arif Alvi said, "Teachers are the nation builders and no country can move forward without the service of teachers." Prime Minister Imran Khan says it is among the priorities of Naya Pakistan to ensure the standing and worth of teachers in the society. In his message on the World Teachers' Day, he said teachers are benefactors of the nation who play the role of leaders in its success. The Prime Minister paid rich tributes to all great personalities that are called architects of the bright future of nation. Pak-Iran travelling gate of Taftana area of Chagi district will remain closed for the next 16 days from today. The step has been taken due to the national holiday Arbaeen in Iran. The people who had recently crossed through this gate and this permits expired would be allowed to return back to their homes from both sides. Saudi Arabia has called for the implementation of truce offer from the Houthi rebels of Yemen. In a tweet, Vice Defense Minister President Khalid bin Salman has said that the truce announced is perceived positively by the kingdom. Turkey and the United States have discussed the prospects of accelerating the establishment of a safe zone in North Syria. Turkish President spokesman Ibrahim Kalin and U.S. National Security Advisor Robert C. O'Brien during a call also highlighted the expectations on accelerating the establishment of the proposed safe zone. European Union has rejected a British request to hold the Brexit talks this weekend. EU Commission spokesman Natasha Bertut has been quoted as saying by the Sky News that the Johnsons' new Brexit proposal do not provide any basis for finalizing a separation agreement. In the first T20 of three-match series against Sri Lanka in Lahore, Pakistan have won the toss and elected to field. The match will start at 6:30. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country. Rain, wind, a thunderstorm is expected at scattered places in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab, Kashmir, Islamabad, while at isolated places in central and southern Balochistan. Few districts of Sindh and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 24 hours. Before we end the bulletins, here once again the headlines. Prime Minister says India is trying to divert the world attention from the indigenous struggle in occupied Kashmir by labeling it as Islamic terrorism. President has urged the world community to take the cognizance of the state terrorism that India is perpetrating in occupied Kashmir and against its minorities. India has denied permission to top U.S. senator from Democratic Party to visit the occupied Kashmir to see first-hand situation there. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information says government has introduced madrasas reform to enable students of these institutions get quality contemporary education. Saudi Arabia has called for implementation of truce offer from Yemen's Houthi rebels. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.